All right, welcome back to the insanity of this very next episode here, where we are going to remedy this problem that's existed from the time that we brought this truck home, and that is its missing doors. So go back and look at my last episode when we went to Anchor Point and also a little bit further down to Homer, Alaska. We picked up what is out there, what was a beautiful 1987 half-ton short bed Chevy 4x4. Really got nailed in the front end. Doors are good on it. I mean, they're actually really good. I think they're too good to send over the cliff. They're actually power windows, power door locks, pretty nice. Well, we got lucky. Another truck that I had inquired about became available at the same time. We actually picked it up this last Tuesday night, and it is a 1983 4x4 with a manual transmission long bed, 3/4 ton. Was a diesel. Now there's some sort of gas engine in it. The engine's not complete, so I really have no idea what's going on there. The doors on that truck are super rough, and even though I'm going to be spending some extra time prepping them to go brown and gold on this, I think those are the better truck doors to send over the cliff. So I've been on YouTube watching videos of people taking these square bodies apart and doing things with doors. I think I have a pretty good understanding of what I'm after. Of course, what I'm doing is radically different than what most people in a restoration are doing, and ultimately I need my door to be basically gutted out. Where we're going, we're not allowed to have any glass in it, so all the glass is coming out. And I'm going to need access to the back side of the panel to push out some dents and fix some rust in them. You'll see, we're going to go out there and take them off in a minute. So I'm just trying to figure out my logistics. It's pretty cold outside. It's going to get colder this weekend and the next week. We've had some glorious 30s and 40s the last couple weeks. Little false spring coming to an end. It's going to be super cold. Going to try to get these doors done this weekend in this episode, and then we're going right to paint. So got a little bag of various 9/16. I think that's what I need to get these doors off. We're gonna head outside and get them. I'm warming things up in here. Got the diesel heater cranking. Heater's cranking in my other garage. We're gonna get cranking on the truck. Let's go. Right, so this is the 3/4 ton donor truck. And yes, it's about to flip over here on my trailer. Let's pretend you're not noticing that. Maybe if I lean over, it'll look normal. Anyway, this door got a little bit damaged. I'm gonna try and buff and polish that out. Looking at like 6 bolts in here to get the door off. Actually, look at that cab corner. The rocker got dented in, but it's all there, almost all there. Okay, so there are 3 bolts on each hinge, and I've been debating. Look, do I disassemble the door out here? You see the snow and ice on the ground? It's cold out here. So I'm going to just yank it here, get it in. Ooh, what's this? Piece of rubber. Okay. I'm just going to yank it out here, and then that one's going to be a little more fun. By fun, I mean miserable. I want to show you some things. Sneak peek. Look at the crash bar. Look at the crash bar. That is like what we need for the Fall Guy truck. And I'm going to try to turn those chrome Nerf bars back there into the roll bars. I'll get back with you when I'm actually ready to take it off. One down. Now, interestingly, I'm going to need this lower hinge. I'm going to need those 2 bolts on the top hinge. I'm going to yank those while I'm here, and then we're going to go try to get that one on the hill. All right, so this door's the one really hose. You'll seen better days for sure. Seriously gonna have our work cut out for us to make this thing look decent for paint, but it's what we're all about. Again, I'd rather send this door over the cliff than the ones on that brown truck over there. So like that with the dog barking. Want to be really gentle with this door, you know. Oops. Okay, I'm going to yank the hinges off the side. I'm going to start out by putting this door on the truck. See if I can kind of get things solid so I can strip the rest of the parts off of it, make some decisions. Depending on how well this does or doesn't go, then I'll make a decision on the driver door. But for now, I think we're just going to try to get this thing jammed on here. Whew. Well, this is going to be the biggest bodywork challenge I've ever had in my life. I don't know. We've got everything going on here. Rust, dents in the body line, concave dents, abuse. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Let's go take a look at this one. This one, I feel better about this one. It's got the dent, it's caved in. It's got the rust, it's all caved in here, but I'm feeling pretty positive that's gonna push out. Let's just show you. Okay. This would be my other doors. You pretend you don't see any of the snow on them right now, but this is surface rust down here. Surfaced. That door is solid. This truck, this is original paint. So I feel really good that we're not looking at one that's been, you know, bondoed over. This is the roughest of the two doors. Again, you can tell it's original paint. And paint's cracking, going away. But a little bit of surface rust on it. Very, very, very repairable door here. Just absolutely hate to see that one go over the cliff. Versus that one. Hey, baby girl. So, I'm gonna get back on this and see. Come on, baby girl. Come on. All right, so bear with me as I figure out how many gallons of Bondo that's gonna take to make that right. I just don't know. And I am thinking about cutting this completely out so that I can get back there and just have at it. Well, good morning. It is the next day. I slept on this last night. I didn't sleep on it. It looks like I did. I slept on it. Thought about this, and I may have absolutely totally met my limit of capability here. My main concern is there's a rigid body line right here that's completely muffed up. Looks like they opened this into a pole or something, maybe slid it sideways, you know, who knows. So the door is caved in all along the here and here and here. The rust on this door is actually minimal. So, I'm going to see if we can get this relieved. I mean, what the heck? You know, the other door I had to cut it all to pieces, but I'm hoping, since the main dent is right here where I have access, I'm hoping we can. There's a crease right here. If I put some pressure on that, see what happens. You know, you gotta love it when a plan comes together. Would you look at that? Hey, that's nothing some Bondo would fill up. All right. mean, other than rust repair, I don't know, I could argue this dent could be, this one could be pushed out better. Right, for those of you playing the at-home game, you know the answer to this question. Bonus round coming up next. But yeah, I'm welding metal into a door that's going to go over a cliff. But this corner of this door is like non-existent once I did some grinding. So we have remnant of the Dodge Ram bedside panel going to work for us on this door corner. Let's get this camera off. Let's get some welding going on and get this little corner made into this truck. Well, I cannot stress to you enough that this is not how I would restore a vehicle for long-term repair. But this is going to work. This door is going to be wavy. You saw what a mess it was. So it's going to be really difficult to get it spot on. Probably going to be the ugliest panel on the whole truck, which I'm a little disappointed in, but it is what it is. Anyway, I've got this corner welded back in. This is going to work. I'm just going to fill these holes. I've got it all 80 gritted down, so I've got a good bite. I'm just going to start pulling the body filler over it and seeing what happens. First coat's always pretty ugly. You know, it just is what it is. But I've got my general areas going. Okay, I am just about out of go juice today. Been at this for 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, I don't know. That door is pretty much ready to prime. I'm satisfied with it, again, for the purposes of what we're doing. This hinge was frozen. I took it in on the workbench and heated it and greased it, and now it opens and closes, which will be fine. It'll help me get everything set back up. And over here is the passenger door, and I am making use of our Dodge Ram again for a flux core welded horrible looking patch down there. And although the collision damage was less on this door than that one, the rust issues going on here a little more severe. I found this piece of metal. I sincerely don't know what it came from. It troubles me because it looks like it's, you know, pretty purpose made. But anyway, I'm going to use it to weld in here. I think that this is going to be a better bottom piece because the flange, this is just gone. So that little lip's going to create some strength. Weld it in there. I'm going to fill it up, and you know, just you and me will be the only people that know that this is in here. Just the two of us. Please do not restore your truck like this, but at least get some gas and do regular MIG welding instead of with the flux core. But in any event, we now have metal all the way in here. I can fill this up with dough because where we're going, that right there is going to work. So time for some plastique, and yeah, holy crap, we're going to have a couple of doors. Good morning. It's time to get started on the Fall Guy cliff jump truck. Yesterday we made huge progress. So happy that that door basically resembles a proper square body door. I ultimately ended up filling in the door locks all together. Whatever, that's fine. This door is hung so that I can do some finish sanding and finish off this this corner. But I was just exhausted last night, so we called it there. Let's get a tour of these really, really nasty doors before I get them all coated in some 2K high build primer. Let me be crystal clear. These doors are not restoration quality. Let me say that again. These are not restoration quality. I'm dealing with some serious issues where if these doors were to be even an insurance quality job, we would have skinned them, new skins, or just replaced them. Just incredibly far too much damage here to just call it Bondo and go. Okay, so we're dealing with rust, substantial rust in the corners and bottom, and we're dealing with tremendous amounts of collision damage. Driver door had 2 major impacts on it, right through the body line. Passenger door, 1 major impact. You can really tell by the body filler. All that white you see is pretty much body filler, so is the yellow. You can tell this door had less damage based on the amount of filler that you see. I also made a terrible decision and went ahead and filled in the door locks, because by the time I was building up and doing what I was doing there, they weren't going to go back in anyway. So here we go. Time to put some 2K high build, just bringing the temperature up in here and gonna jet them. That way I can kind of block them, get some of the same scratches out, but they're going to be full of waves and ripples, dings, dents. This one's really, really twisted where the mirror must have caught something and ripped it. But for where we're going to be perfect. And we're going to keep these little secrets of these little details, of these little issues. We're just going to keep these secrets between us, because nobody's going to know but you and me that these doors were as bad as they were. As before, we are using the Omni 2K high build primer. Now this stuff is not what's called direct to metal, which means that we have to put down a metal etching primer over our bare metal spots prior to top coating. We've done that. It's a green color, as you can see, and you know, it's on there. So yeah, next phase here, got the primer mixed up. It mixes 4 to 1 to 1, and gonna just let it have it. I brought the temperature up in here. We are sitting at 63 degrees according to this. On this wall, I need to be about 50, 55 for the reducer that I'm using to kick off. So we're right in the magic sweet spot. This is a whole game of musical chairs we play between opening the door, bringing in fresh air, adding heat, and it's just what we have to deal with right now, because it is like 12 degrees outside, maybe 20, I don't know, maybe it came up. All right, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. We now have a set of doors pretty much ready to get painted and go on this truck. The next video in this series should be spectacular. We're going to start seeing color on these things if all goes well. It's going to take me a few days to actually get this thing in paint. 2-tone paint. We're doing a 2-stage paint, base coat, clear coat. We're also doing a 2-tone. 2 tones just take more time. You'll see what I'm talking about whenever we actually get that done and then post the video. But thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then.